It's the same link.
Same link? Alright, perfect. Don't need to worry about that then.
Yeah, just make an I'll just make an announcement in Weasel News.
Okay. I'm gonna bring the bot in here so you can edit it, the volume on it. I want it to be
Yep.
perfect.
Let me make an announcement at here. Stream is back up. Yes, I don't care. Okay, go ahead
Alright.
while I pull up. Okay. Go ahead and speak for me.
Welcome
Hold on, let me scroll down. So I gotta get to this chat with the bot.
You ready?
Hold-
Alright, 2 minutes.
Okay, that'll have to work. I had to change the settings in the bot itself because
Yeah. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
turn it down just a little bit more. That should do it.
Hello, hello.
Okay, yes, I can hear you perfectly in contrast to the bot now.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm getting rid of the bot for another minute or two. Alright,
Another minute. T-minus 1
everybody.
minute.
Huh? Yep,
What happened was that my computer reset, so yeah.
Okay. Everybody, just stay in this chat for now. But when I come back in here, you're gonna go into traffic stop 2.
T-minus
T minus 40 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. So who's going first?
He said to wait for him to come back in here. Yeah,
Okay,
no, it's
either way.
not.
I'm just. You got a wallet on me though. I give you all 20k if I get to win.
What?
I give you all 2 million.
2 million each. Okay,
Works for
Yeah.
me.
bet.
Hey, we
Give me
need to
guys
make sure we're in
$2 right
alphabetical
now.
order. So we need to have
Me
No Sheet of
first.
Blight, and then Juan Jose. No. Jimmy Shop, and then Juan Jose, and then
Hey, Top.
Noob. What's your
Bond.
name?
James Bond.
Yeah, and then you.
Top,
Yes.
you have my
Actually, no,
stream
James
up,
Bond
right?
first. James
Yeah.
Bond first, and then Jimmy, and then Juan.
Nah, Benny don't want to go first. Oh,
How is
hell no.
it James
It's
Bond
alphabetical
first?
order.
By last name or
Nah, I'm
first?
behind the woman. Woman's first. Girls first. Woman first.
We will
Sorry,
begin with
to
J's.
be a gentleman.
Wait,
Woman
is it,
I
first.
have
is this our
wait, no,
first?
I have to go first, otherwise they won't be able to see the candidates. Come on.
What?
Alright,
Yeah,
we're
you're
getting ready now. All the candidates, please just mute your mics for a second here.
Hey, Real Cat, you have call me first so I can actually show everyone coming up on stage.
You're first anyway.
Okay.
Alright, everybody, please mute your mics. Once I introduce you, like I said, come out. Your character can emote, wave, or whatever, and then from left to right, go in alphabetical order. Alexandra Blade, and you guys can see from the.
Yeah, we gotta sort it out.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Thank you all. You all can head over to traffic stop 2, and once the music starts, and I introduce you guys, and you come out. Thanks.
Got it.
Everybody, please mute your mics. Everyone. Snags, can you please? Thank you. Lewis, can you please mute your mic? Oh, don't deafen yourself and just mute it. Alright, I think we have everyone. 1 second here. Hello, San Andreas. Welcome to the first of 3 Secretary of State debates. I'm Charles Bradford of Weasel News, and this is, well, sorry, Chief Ducky couldn't make it here. I'm your debate moderator for tonight. Thank you all for coming. It'll be action-packed with questions spread equally between all the candidates. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about this, you can tweet us at Weasel News. And after the debate, some of the candidates might answer those questions. And now, introducing to you all, former gubernatorial candidate, Dr. Alexandra Nocita Blake, who's running as an independent. Next, I'd like to introduce James Bond. James Bond here, or is he going to be here virtually? Oh, he is here. Perfect.
Okay.
Please welcome James Bond. And next,
I
I would like
apologize
to
for that.
introduce
Bond.
2020 gubernatorial candidate Jimmy Chop, who's running as an independent. And now I'd like to introduce to you all former gubernatorial candidate, brother of former gubernatorial candidate Pablo Diego, Juan Jose, running as a Democrat. And the next person, unfortunately, they did drop out. It was Jimmy Robinson. He dropped out earlier today after getting arrested. So next, I would like to introduce you all to Ryan Adams. Sorry if the script doesn't sound as good as it should be. We wrote it earlier, but my debate moderator fortunately couldn't make it, so I kind of have to edit it while speaking. All right, all of you, you're perfect. Okay, like I said, I am Charles Bradford of Weasel News. Earlier today, we did have Mr. Jimmy Robinson drop out. The whole reason we are having all these debates is because the former Secretary of State passed away about a week ago. If we can all give our condolences to his family. Mr. Chris Young is a very good man. He had, I think, 1 or 2 children, and his wife. They're all going through very hard times right now. Okay. Now, for this next segment, I'm going to give each candidate, starting from left to right, 30 seconds to introduce themselves. So, Dr. Alexandra.
Yes, I am Dr. Alexandra Blight. I have a doctorate degree in law, and I strive to achieve everything I can for you, the citizens. That's all I've
Next.
got.
Next.
Excuse me, is it my turn?
Whoever
Hello,
can.
everyone. My name is James Bond. I'm 22 years old, and I want the public. I want everyone here to vote, to choose with me. Yay!
All right, next.
Hello, I am Jimmy Chop. I'm sure you know me. And I want to help manage citizens and make it a more civilized place. Thank you.
All right, next.
My name is Juan Jose. Um, I'm a former officer of law, and my goal is to everyone reach
Next.
the American dream as have I.
What's going on? I believe Mr. Juan Jose.
Oh, well, I think. All right. Yeah, my name is Juan Jose. I'm a former
All
and
right, we'll come
currently
back to you.
active.
Ryan.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, or good morning, wherever you're joining us from. I'm Ryan Adams.
Alrighty then. Um, sorry about that, guys. So the first question, or sorry, I'll go over the rules first. I'm gonna bring up a question starting from left to right. If any of you would like to butt in and debate said question, please put your hand in the air. If I point at you, then that means it's your turn to talk. All right. Being said, Mr. Juan, can you introduce yourself now?
Can you guys hear me well? Yes. Testing 1 2 1 2. You guys can hear me?
I can hear you.
Ah, beautiful. My name is Juan Jose. I'm a active law enforcement officer. My goal is to everyone reach the American dream, as have I, and my father has, and my brother.
Hold on. Um, it seems as if there's some technical difficulties with one of the law enforcement by the name of Gando. Mr. 1 Kilo 5. Can you please take care of I believe Captain Gando? Apparently, he's interfering with the microphones of some of the candidates. So if you can please take care of that, that would
10-4, I've already advised him of that, don't worry.
thank you very much. Okay. Um,
I can
Juan Jose,
hear
can
them
you
all of
please
them.
go ahead with your introduction? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, so again. As I said, my name is Juan Jose. I'm a former and an active illegal officer. My one goal and main goal is to actually help everyone achieve the American dream, as have I and my father, as well as my brother. All right.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, Mr. Ryan Adams.
All right, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you're joining us from. I'm Ryan Adams. My main focuses are to focus on affairs, domestic and foreign, and to make sure I am an advocate for private and small businesses within San Andreas, and I just want to make sure everyone has a voice and everyone is properly provided with the resources they need to succeed.
All right. Do you all understand the rules that I said moments ago?
I understand what I'm saying.
All right,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm gonna start from left to right. So if you'd like to debate the topic, just raise your hand. Then once I point at you, please stop doing those emotes, floaters in the black suit. All right, Dr. Nosita Blight. First question for the debate is what do you plan on doing to help the homeless? Dr. Blight. Boy, are we having technical issues today. Alright.
That was my earpiece. I apologize for that. I fixed it. Um, I want to get government buildings with low rent payment. That way, each and every homeless person is able to get a low rent if they do not make a lot of money. I also plan to help them get jobs, even if they're low paying jobs, so they can actually afford to eat and sleep at night. That is all. Yeah, I accidentally unmuted the wrong one.
Next.
The question?
That is you, the man in the black suit.
Yeah, but what's the
Hold
question?
on. Okay, somebody muted me. I'm sorry. Mr. Jose,
Oh, you jumped.
I called on you. I'm sorry. I've been talking to myself for a minute here.
Grilled
Is
chicken
this gonna be
sandwich,
picked at random?
Yeah, no. You
cheddar
raised your hand. You're in the
cheese,
gray suit, correct?
Yeah, I
bacon,
first raised up.
So you won the
nothing else,
debate
no
her
lettuce,
topic, so you can
no
go straight ahead.
pickles, no tomato.
Okay, actually, forget that.
As a
Actually, have
basket with
actually
cheese curds,
the
side of
option.
You raised your hand,
marinara,
and you're gonna have to go through.
So,
Where is Kanye West?
and
so doctor, you indicate that you're
a
going to create all these buildings, but what are you going to do differently? Governor and Lieutenant Governor Rick Rios actually have created homeless shelters as well as a hotel. You're going to just basically go forward with that?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't completely understand your question.
So,
Where is Kanye West?
Not
no,
Charity.
yeah. So the host up here told us they told us what are you going to do with the homeless rate, and you say you're going to create government buildings with a rent as well as for people to
well.
jobs and everything. But think,
Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. That we do have the homeless shelters, yes, but personally, as I move over for some people, I don't know about all. They feel more accomplished if they're able to get a job and move into an apartment, and paying themselves. And I want to help them feel more accomplished. That way, they can strive to achieve better and maybe even end up owning their own businesses one day.
but that's not the problem. The problem is that a lot of people who actually get money and maintain a steady job do not actually buy a home or rent an apartment. What they actually do is just buy vehicles. But no matter how many shelters people put in, no matter how many homeless shelters you give them, if they basically they want the government to be involved in a free market, which we cannot do. They spend their money, which we have statistics report that mainly everyone has enough money to even rent out a property. Governor Bryce actually allowed people when they first come to state that they are to live there within 5 days, I believe, if I'm correct, and they can continue paying the hotel for a very low price, which is very reasonable, but no one continues paying that because they just want
Thank
to
you,
buy
Mr.
vehicles.
Thank you, Mr. Jose. All right. Mr. Adams, you raised your hand. If you want to go ahead.
Doctor or Steve Blight, did you mention that you would be charging a small rent at homeless shelters?
Oh. No, I said that at the government apartments, the homeless shelters are free for everyone to use.
Okay. And these government apartments, what would these accommodate? What would these be like?
They would be just small 1-2 bedroom apartments with a living room and kitchen area. They would be able to, everything would be included with the rent, being light and electric.
And so this government
And
building, but who would this accommodate mostly? Would this accommodate homeless people just coming off the streets, or
it would accommodate both homeless and low income. I did also mention that
Kanye
I would
West.
create more jobs, though, for
Mhm.
the homeless to be able to achieve the low income. That way, they could be able to move into an apartment to feel more accomplished.
Mhm. Do you think it's definitely important to promote homeless shelters, um, as they're not charging any rent. Do you, do you think this could be seen as a money scheme from citizens, as hey, come here
No.
instead of the homeless shelters? Is that how you're putting it?
No, if a person genuinely cannot afford to get an apartment or get a house, I think that a homeless shelter is a good place for them to go until they can get back on their feet or get onto their feet so they can start to live their lives.
Mm. And where would these government apartments be placed?
I do not know. I would have to talk to a realtor and figure out where we could get apartments. But I would figure we'd have at least one in both the county and in the city at least.
And where do you think mostly in the city would these buildings would be drawn towards? Lower income areas such as Davis, Grove Street area, or higher income like Vinewood,
I
Lakewood.
mean, they would probably wouldn't be in the highest level, but I also wouldn't want them to be in the lowest levels either. Probably somewhere in between.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, we don't unfortunately have a whole in between in the city. As most of us know, it pretty much goes from Davis straight into the city, the big skyrise apartments. So what would be your plan for that then?
As I said, I would try to get it somewhere where people could feel safe, but they'd also, but they can see that if they work hard, they can achieve bigger and better dreams, if they so choose.
Hmm.
Okay, I thank you, Doctor and Mr. Ryan. Sorry to interfere in this, but my OCD is hurting me. If we can all just move over a little bit this way. Who are Ryan? You could stay over there. I just want person in the white, if you could be right here. Right in that thing. I just want you guys spread out equally. Thank you very much for your cooperation. All right. Next question. Oh, geez. Okay. Starting with Mr. Bond, I believe. Is this
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Bond?
mister. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So, what is your plan with dealing with the current inflation?
Inflation? You mean,
In-
um, you mean that inflation?
What'd you say?
Wait, you mean, Corona?
Inflation.
Could you please explain? Because I'm not the one that goes around and says the rich wolves.
Okay.
Yes.
So, inflation is.
Obviously, this candidate is not qualified.
Can you please be quiet?
Hey,
Please.
hold on. This isn't a boxing.
Alright, continue. Nobody
Oh.
asked that.
I mean, someone as Secretary of State should not be
Okay.
going.
Shut
because
your
they
ass.
cannot understand
Whoa,
inflation.
whoa,
Boy.
security. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
need
god, I will call police.
I'm gonna need James Bond escorted out of here. Thank you very much.
No, I'm good.
Nope, Mr. Bond, you're gonna be escorted out of here. I'm gonna need a security guard to come up and get Mr. Bond.
Yeah. Where?
Thank you, Mr. Bond, for your time. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Vote for Bond. Vote for Bond. Fuck this Americans.
Okay.
Don't know. They don't know English.
Please
You guys
take him
know what
to
we're
another
gonna do.
chat.
You
Take
guys,
him to
Crabs.
another-
you
Crabs.
guys know what we're gonna do.
Crabs.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You see police,
Okay,
they hit
starting
us.
with you, Mr. Jimmy
Let's
Chop.
stay against.
Can you
Yeah,
guys
Let's
go to
stay
question,
against
man.
this.
Hello.
different chat? Different chat. All right, Mr.
God.
Chop. What do you plan on doing with the current inflation problem?
With money?
Correct.
I don't know. I mean, I'll try to speak to the governor and people with that and try to get an opinion on what we could do. Try to print less money, or try to get rid of printed money, which is in circulation, which is able to be removed from circulation with ease, and um, because it's clear inflation is a big problem and it's causing even bigger problems like homelessness, because the money is becoming more useless, so houses prices are going up, which means more people won't be able to buy houses because the rich people have all the money, which means they can buy all the houses, and yeah, it just carries on like that, and it's a big problem. So I
Would
will
anybody
try
like
to.
to debate that topic? Okay, Mr. Top.
Yeah, so for the inflation, what I actually plan on doing is actually creating more local businesses. It's actually been proven by statistics and many scientists that if the more people that buy from local businesses, the less inflation there will actually be within the economy. This will give other opportunities, such as business owners and people with jobs, to have more and more money, not just the rich, but other the middle class and the lower class.
Okay. Again, sorry to interrupt, but Miss Nosita, can you please go over here? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to make this best for everyone. And Mr. Trap, if you can
I
move
believe
over to
someone's
the left a
hand
little
is
bit.
up.
Thank you very
Oh wait,
much. Okay. So yeah, does anybody want to debate his topic?
I believe there's someone over there with their hand up. I'm not sure.
Where? I don't see
If you
anybody.
look.
All right. Okay. Moving on from that, Mr. Juan Jose. So, what is your plan to fight the
Excuse me.
unemployment?
Can I put my words in for inflation?
Yeah, I didn't see your hand go up. I'm sorry.
Um, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, as we know, inflation is the signs of a growing economy, which is what we all want. But so it can be seen as a great thing, something that's that should be supported. But it there comes a point where it's too much, and for that I think there just needs to be more regulations in place. Speaking with the treasurer, the amount of money that's in circulation, that can cause an inflation. Um, that's the expansion of the money supply. That's a big one. But the other thing is national debt. Now that's never really been brought up, but national debt can be a huge factor in inflation. So I think I would be working hand in hand with the treasurer, as well as the governor and the lieutenant governor, to ensure that we're working with the federal government to get national debt back down to a manageable level.
Mr. Jose.
Now you're mentioning about this national debt, but what debt are we actually in, though?
I'm
You
sorry,
mind just
what's the
telling
question?
me what debt are we actually in? 'Cause you mentioned it about this national debt, but what debt are we in?
Well, with allied countries, importing and exporting of products, that often cause debts. As we know, there's not a very high budget for the judicial system as well. And I believe with recent court cases, it can actually cause that to dip into the red. So that's where we will start to see some debt, if we haven't already.
But what about the NAFTA Act?
I'm sorry.
The NAFTA Act, have you ever heard of that?
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't understand you.
Uh, the NAFTA Act, the North American Free Trade Agreement against foreign countries.
Mm, yeah. So just because there's free trade, within NATO countries and stuff like that, doesn't mean other foreign countries that we rely on. That doesn't take China for example. Um, like billions of dollars of debt on a federal level with China. So I
All
mean,
right. Would anybody like to debate that topic? Please raise your
I
So,
hand.
actually would.
I didn't fully understand you because the thing is we're trying to focus on what you said is that we're in debt, the state of this debt. Okay, now you're mentioning about China, but with the North American Free Trade Act, this actually eliminates the possibility of having too much money or spending too much money on trade and goods.
I also have an opinion about this.
Okay.
so the
Please,
North
please
American Free
raise your.
Trade
What?
Act.
Oh,
You,
I'm
you,
sorry.
you do understand the the countries
One
that are
second,
involved in
Mr.
that,
Grant.
correct?
Yes.
One second. 1 second. Again, Mr. Jimmy Chop and everyone, please raise your hand if you'd like to debate the topic. And then once I point at you when that other person's done talking, you may start talking. All right. So you can continue, Mr. Ryan.
So you do understand what countries are in the North American Free Trade Act, correct?
Yes. The U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Now, so trade with foreign countries overseas, that those foreign countries overseas are not included on this Free Trade Act. Therefore, we are still going to be taxed on importing and exporting goods. We're still going to have to pay for importing and exporting goods. We're never going to be able to escape that with foreign countries. Maybe with Canada and Mexico, but other countries, no. It's never going to happen because globally the economy needs to continue.
But that has never been an issue. We haven't got reports from the governor himself saying that we're actually in debt. The state is in debt.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think the government, the governor in particular, has been quite, honest and upfront with this lately. So I think that's another big thing.
So you
I think
think that the
there's a lot
government
of
has not
stuff.
been telling us that we're in debt? Is that what
I
you're
think there's
saying?
been a lot that's swept under the rug. That's not been publicized. So
Okay. Dr. Blight. You raised your hand a minute ago.
Yes. Going into this quote debt issue, any debt that the state would be in, don't you believe that it would be open to the public?
that's what we would think.
That
But
is what we would
when
think,
was
but
the last time? When was the last time records were publicized like that? Like we know the numbers, we know the budget for certain departments, but when was the last time those were updated? Are those actually being updated on a regular basis, on a weekly, daily basis, or anything like that?
I don't believe they're being updated on a daily basis. But at the same time,
What about weekly?
no. But at the
And
same,
monthly? Do you think they're being updated monthly?
they may be updated monthly. I
They may
don't
be. So
have
there's no
enough
way you can prove
information
that
on this. But
we're getting the full honest numbers here. So
yes, but at the same time, if there was a debt, don't you think that as the governor or the lieutenant governor that they would notify us? Don't you think
Well,
that they would say, "Hey, we are in more debt. Do something to raise money, even if it meant increasing taxes a little bit"? Or don't you think they would hold some sort of fundraiser to help get us out of this debt?
I I just think lately the government has not been very frank with us. So that's why I because these numbers are not being updated and publicized. That's what it is. That's all it is. They're not being
Okay,
publicized.
Mr. Chop.
Okay.
I know you raised your hand if you'd like to speak on that topic.
Yeah. Well,
mm,
if we were
oh,
in debt, wouldn't they be
Chop. Mr.
Yeah.
Chop, I'm sorry. Mr. Chop.
mm, sorry, Mr. Jose, but so what I think is, I think you may be worrying like a bit too
I'm sorry, Gaiman. I
ahead
don't
of what we
understand
need to
what
be
you're saying.
worrying about the debt problems and stuff.
Who
I
is
think
we?
I think
Who is we?
um it- when I say we, I mean you, I would say, because you're worrying about debt that
Ah,
the entire of
Don't you think we
America
should be
is
worried
in.
about our financial situation though?
Well, it's like we should, yes, but we shouldn't really be taking action upon it. That's more something that the president
So if
and his and the
Okay,
president's
if,
team
if
should
one
be
we're
doing.
second.
living in the
1 second
dread,
before all
why
of you
should we not be
continue.
taking action
So,
against it?
1 second before you all continue. This was started on the topic of inflation. We're not really talking about the budgets. So, if we can please keep it on topic of the inflation. Continue, Mr. Adams.
Oh, I don't have anything to say. I was just commenting on what he said. Not taking action against that.
Okay.
I
All right.
okay.
Okay.
Can I give another opinion?
For
So
sure.
what I think about the inflation is we should try to keep it down to a minimal. Any money that we can give to people that need the money, we should give. Like people, if let's say there's someone homeless on the streets begging for money, if we have spare budget, we should attempt to give it to them and people like that. We shouldn't be giving all the money to the people with the big amount of monies. Like let's say someone had $1 million and someone had one person had $1 million and another had 100,000, or no, not even 100,000. Let's say they had like 2,000, something around that, and then we should be giving the person with 2,000, so the person who isn't as fortunate or anything like that, more money, or make them pay less taxes because they need more money. Because
Thank you,
if
Mr.
someone's
Chop.
homeless and stuff, then yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chop. You can go straight ahead, Mr. Adams.
Now, continuing on inflation, it seems that all of these candidates over here to the right of me, they're all against inflation, but inflation is a great sign of a growing economy. Now, it is certainly better than deflation. I don't think it should, there should be an attempt to stop it. Um, it's preventing deflation, which in the end, a growing economy is what we want. And there's quite frankly, there's no stopping a growing economy. We're going to continue to go on a rise, with a dollar amount.
Oh, I'm back up to 5
A
years.
dollar from
Sweet.
1800 is, in 20 years, it's going to be an absurd amount more. It already is. So, inflation should be viewed as a good thing. And maybe there should be a little things to regulate spikes in inflation, but I don't think it should be regulated and stopped.
All right. Anybody want to comment on that? Please put your hand up. Dr. Blight.
Yes. While I do agree with you, inflation is a great thing. Um. Uh. What? With the inflation going up, however, we have an issue with those that are less fortunate not being able to keep up with the inflation. What do you think we should do with that?
um, then that might be a cause of, since we've seen um, the minimum wage increased, that might fall on business owners not paying their employees properly.
Well,
That
it's not
there could
just
be
that they're
cases
not
of
paying
that.
employees property. I mean, there are people out there that can't find jobs.
Well, that's if small business owners are not getting out and being proactive, and attempting to find people to work for them, that falls on them.
I mean, the
So
the
I
small
think
business
that needs to
owners
be
are
regulated
already
then.
struggling as it is. They don't get enough. They can't if they can't pay an employee. If they have 5 employees and they can only pay the five, that's not their fault that they can't go out and hire more employees.
No,
Thank you.
that's not what I'm saying. Do you think every
Mr.
small
Jose.
business in I'm sorry?
Mr. Jose, you had his hand raised, sir. You can comment on her, and then after that, Mr. Jose,
Okay.
you can go
So,
straight.
Doctor, no, suitable. Do you think if you went out to, every small business and did an audit on their employees, do you think you would get, you know, yes, every employee saying they're being paid the minimum wage? Do you think you'd get, a healthy amount of employees per business? Do you think that's what's happening? Because I quite frankly don't think that's what's happening, and I think there needs to be more action taken towards that to ensure that business owners are doing what they need to and doing what they can to promote the decline of unemployment.
Before Mr. Jose speaks, I just have one last comment on that. Each
Yep.
business owner owns their business. We can't really control or regulate if they hire someone or not.
But if they're not paying them though properly, if they're not paying properly, if they're paying below the minimum wage, that
That we can
needs to be
control.
dealt with. That
I
is
do agree with
Department
you
of
on that.
Labor, which I don't think much action has been taken.
I agree with you on that one. Mr. Jose, you can go ahead and speak now.
Mr. Jose, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't agree with you about we shouldn't stop it. In my opinion, we should at least slow it down. The reason why is we know that if inflation continues to go up, it would actually have an unemployment increase. Everything will become so expensive, which will this how do you say destabilize the economy. I know we can't stop it, but at least try to slow it down, give an attempt on that. It's not worth a try on that. Obviously, I'm not saying that we should completely stop it, no, but at least slow it down.
Okay. Anybody want to comment on that? All right. Perfect. So, Mr. Jose, the next question is regarding unemployment. What are your
Oh, the
plans to
audience, they're right out
stop the
there.
increase of
Yeah.
unemployment?
And
So
in here.
for unemployment, I see that many people don't they want to have a good pay, but they don't want to work for it. So one
Exactly.
thing that I want to do is actually create government official job that require you to go to school and give you a good amount of pay. We're not talking about 2,000. We're talking about like $5,000 to $8,000 every payday. We merge with businesses as well as what I'm doing, Scholar Federation Enterprise. We help local businesses and small businesses who cannot afford or cannot pay their financial needs.
Kanye West, Kanye West.
Security, can you please deal with the crowd?
Or people turn not much
People
happens to
need
my
to ask questions, bro.
business.
Mr. Jose, your it seems that your mic's being played with.
Can you hear me now better?
Nope.
Give me-
Mr. Jose.
Hello?
Go straight ahead, Mr. Jose.
Beautiful. So what I wanted to do, so I'll just start from the beginning, is actually, I want to have government jobs that do not require you to have too much of a study and not too low of a study. You know, like education, maybe a high school diploma as well, or even a college one as well. We see that a lot of people a lot of people cannot get employed because they're trying to go with local businesses. But what is the government trying to do to help? We obviously offer people we also give people money, but why not create? What I want to do is create government jobs for people. See what I'm saying? If we it could be a pay grade of from $5,000 to $8,000 every pay. That this will even reduce and improve the economy as well from people buying from local businesses.
Would anybody like to comment on that? Dr. Blade.
Yeah, so, before I get into my main question, you said that you want to create, a business, a government business for people to work at with, no experience?
No. What I'm trying to say is that they need an experience such as like a high school diploma, and we pay for them to go to school. We basically give them the grant. We pay them to go to
Okay.
school, to study all this stuff.
So, what I have my question is, where do you, with the inflation going up, school prices are raising too, how do you think, we are going to pay for this?
Well, mainly the income of the government is actually from taxes. Now, taxes we've been thriving on. Well, a lot of people think that well taxes are high, but in reality, it's very low at this current moment.
Yes, it is, but we still have other things that that the government has to handle and pay for.
One thing I haven't seen any government contracts that have been handed out ever since the Secretary of Treasury actually stepped down. You know, the only payments that I see are possibly the police departments, the fire departments, as well as probably dispatch. Am I correct?
I would be unaware of that one.
But as well, they're not paying anything else. They're not giving any government contracts. Why not just create an actual government business that actually gives everyone the opportunity
And
instead of
what
local
kind of
businesses?
business would you propose we make then?
That's currently still a work in progress at this current moment. I'm currently still focusing on. Obviously, we're not going to give them a federal government like the FIB, but something that will stabilize them. That if once they actually finish school, they get a very good pay grade.
Yeah, another question for you here. You are aware that the law enforcement and fire department are both in need of more members. Why not just have people go train to help them out? Then they could get a government pay grade, and they would have low taxes they'd have to worry about.
Well, here's the problem. The thing is, not everyone likes a law enforcement. A lot of people think that law enforcement are actually a bad thing. They don't like them. They ruin everything that they do. And that's not that's
Well,
what
then
I'm trying to say.
if
No
they
law.
don't like it, then why if you for example, if they don't like it, then why not go in to help change it, make it better?
Or instead of changing something, why not give them more opportunities? Instead of going fixing on the
There's
same
stuff,
exact
bro.
thing, giving more people the opportunities. Why focus on one thing of just becoming law enforcement when we could give other people different opportunities? I understand that unemployment of officers are low, but the thing is, if we get people to join government and they see that becoming an officer is fun and or could give them
Next.
benefits as well, this could actually improve it as well.
Thank you, Mr. Jose. Mr. Ryan, go ahead.
Now, Mr. Jose, what kind of benefits would these government workers get?
Well, they could go on from actually getting from paying low on rent, of not even having to pay for the rent. Where the government officially just gives you a property on rent.
I don't
We
think that's
lower.
gonna work though. Where do they plan on,
Jay,
housing and
send
stuff
me
like
a
that?
DM
Where do they
in
plan on,
Discord,
residing?
and I will help
What
you
do you
set
mean?
up a lawsuit for him.
Where do these people live on, or where do these people plan on living, where they're not gonna pay any rent?
They're
I
gonna
don't
be
think we
paid.
landlords are
They're
gonna be
gonna be
very
paid by
appreciative.
government-owned apartments. Government-owned apartments. The government pays buys apartments, which gives the people who work as a government employee and gives them benefits right there without as long as they work within that department within that government. If they quit, we give them 1 week time saying that you have to find a new job, and pay it for a different house because we only offer these two our benefits for them for after 1 week they're dismissed or they retire. Or if they retire, we give them we let them keep that apartment.
Hmm. And these positions, what would be the average annual salary?
Well, that depending if they study if they come out fresh from high school and they actually want to study for it, the annual will actually be from 4,000 and plus we pay for their education for them to study and get a higher pay rate.
I'm sorry, did you say 4,000 a year?
Possibly
That's
4,000. No, four
what
thousand
was
every
that?
payday. 4,000 every payday.
Okay. So 4,000 every payday. Now, I do believe that you mentioned something about educating them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you plan on doing that?